Welcome to the Middleware Tech YouTube channel. In this series, you'll learn about Hibernate Object. Code examples used in the videos will be available on GitHub. Let's get started.
As if anyone have okay, so when we talk about this Hibernate object, so we're talking about Hibernate object state. So when you create any so this Hibernate object state, mainly three different state is there. One is called transient state, another is called persistent state, another is called detached state. So when we talk about Hibernate object state, we have these three different state. We should know what is the meaning of these three different state and when and which scenario they'll come. We should know about these three different state, right? So let me copy that code, client.java code. This is my client.java code, right? That you have tried last time. I'm talking about what is the meaning of these three different state. What is the meaning? So this is my client.java class. Right? Okay. Now here, what is transient state? Transient state is this one, Control C. This is called transient state. When you created any Java class, so the object state is transient. We say this is the transient state. So when you create any object, when you create any particular object first time, that object state is called transient. So we can say here that object that is not inside persistent context. That is not inside Hibernate persistent context. That is called transient state. So first time I have created the object, right? So I have not used any Hibernate API here. State, the transient state. Fine. Okay. Now if you see this line, let me delete these three lines. If you see this line, we are adding the object inside session. So in this line, the object came inside Hibernate session, right? So we can say that object is inside persistent context. Object is inside persistent context. So that time the object is called persistent, because right. So how we can define them? You can write here object is inside persistent context. That's it. Because in this line, if you see here, the object came inside Hibernate session, right? Okay. Next state is called detached state. What is this detached state? Now after this, it is inside persistent context. Now after this, I can write one line here. I can write here one line. After this, I can write one line here, like session dot evict DPT. If I write this line, what does it mean? What the meaning of this line is that I wanted to send, I want Hibernate API to remove the object from the persistent context. What is the meaning of this line? Session.evict DEPT. The meaning is that I'm saying that Hibernate API to remove the object from persistent context, and that object, after this line, the object state become detached. So detached state, how we can define then detached state? So in this line I can say object state is detached state, right? So here the object was inside Hibernate session in the persistent context, so I say that object state is persistent. In this line, object state become detached. Why? Using evict method, I want Hibernate API to remove the object from the persistent context. Fine. Now then, how will define the concept of detached? How we define the concept of detached? So detached is defined like this: that that the object that is not inside persistent context, right? But it was, just I'm writing in layman's language, you can take the language things. It was earlier inside persistent context. Control C, persistent context. So how we can define the concept of detached is that the object currently it is not inside Hibernate context, fine, but earlier it was there inside Hibernate persistent context. Earlier it was there in the persistent context, but not now. Then that type of object is called detached state. And that is the difference between transient state and detached state. In the transient state, the object was never inside persistent context earlier. First time you have created the object. But in case of detached object, the object was earlier inside persistent context, but not now. Right? So this is how we can define three different states of a particular object. What we'll do now is